What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports back again with another one. Got a rumor. Harrison versus Charlo 2. It's going to be the co-main event for Wilder versus Ortiz 2 in Las Vegas, November 23rd. It's going to be going down November 23rd, right before the Thanksgiving holiday, the weekend before the Thanksgiving holiday. That's what's slated to take place. That's what I'm hearing, man, that Harrison-Charlo 2 will be the co-main event for Wilder versus Ortiz 2. So you're going to have two rematches that are headlining the November 23rd PBC card. It's going down. It's going down. As we know, the first fight was very controversial. You thought a lot of people thought that Charlo won the fight. And you had a lot of people on the other end of the spectrum thought Harrison won the fight. So it's going to be a very competitive fight, a lot of bad blood, man. You know, the fight was canceled. The rematch was canceled a couple of months ago, and everybody was looking forward to that fight. It was scheduled to be on Fox. Ended up getting canceled because Harrison suffered an injury in sparring, and he wasn't able to go forth with the rematch. So there was a lot of bad blood going on. And after it was disclosed that Harrison couldn't fight the rematch due to an injury, Charlo basically came out and said that he was faking, that he was scared, he didn't want to fight. He knew he wasn't going to be ready for the rematch. He knew that Charlo was going to come back in the rematch more focused and more determined, and Harrison wasn't going to be ready for that, so he pulled out. You let Charlo tell it. So we'll see, man. We'll see, man. But it's going to be a great co-main event, man. You probably won't hear it officially announced till the week of Errol the True Spence versus Showtime Porter. That fight is scheduled to take place on September 28th. They'll probably have a press conference announcing Wilder-Ortiz 2 and Charlo versus Harrison 2, the rematch. They'll probably announce it that Friday before the fight on Saturday night. They'll probably do a press conference just like they did with Errol and Sean. They had a press conference officially announcing their fight the Friday before Manny Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman. So that seems like to be a course of action that the PBC is taking to help promote their fights, man. And that Wilder-Ortiz 2 fight will be on Fox pay-per-view. And I'm hearing maybe Showtime pay-per-view would also carry that fight too. So it could be on two separate pay-per-views, Fox and Showtime. But again, that's the rumor I'm hearing, man. Harrison versus Charlo 2 will be the co-main event for Deontay Wilder versus Luis King Kong Ortiz 2. It's going to be going down in Las Vegas. Going down in Las Vegas. Now, the only thing that they're only thing that hasn't been disclosed yet is the venue. You know, I don't know if it's going to be at the T-Mobile Arena or will it be at the MGM Grand. As you know, the Manny Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman fight was at the MGM Grand. So maybe PBC will go back to that same venue for Wilder-Ortiz 2. But if the T-Mobile Arena is there, maybe they will want to host that fight. You know, they've been hosting plenty of Canelo fights. Tyson Fury is going to be fighting there on September 14th. So Deontay Wilder being a big name in boxing, maybe they'll be able to get that venue for his fight with Ortiz. So that's what I'm hearing, man. That's what I'm hearing, man. We'll see what take place, man. I thought going back to the first fight, Charlo versus Harrison, I thought the fight could have been a draw. But if you had to give that fight to anybody, I thought you would have to give that fight to Harrison, man. I thought he outpointed him, man, 7 rounds to 5. But I could have easily seen it being 6-6. But the thing about it was Charlo loaded up on his punches too much, and he allowed Harrison to control the tempo of the fight, man. And Harrison basically won that fight off his jab. He was able to hit Charlo with the jab and keep Charlo off balance. Charlo actually landed a couple of punches, but that I think stunned Harrison. But Harrison was able to negate anything that followed up after the punches. He was just loading up on one punch, and he didn't have nothing to follow up when he did land a significant punch. As Harrison was able to negate his offense after that, man. And actually, the punch of the fight was Harrison. Harrison landed a straight right that I thought hurt Charlo. And you can see it visibly hurt Charlo. You know, sometimes, Charlo's got that hair, that real fluffy hair, and got that goldish red hair. And when he's hit, man, it shows more of an impact because I like hair starts moving when he gets punched, man. So it makes more of an impact than when somebody with a low haircut or even somebody that's bald headed like me. It makes more of an impact. It makes more of a scene for the judges to see. So I thought that, but I actually thought that right hand that Harrison hit Charlo with visibly hurt Charlo. And I thought that was really the punch of the fight. That was the one significant punch of the fight that was landed by, if you had to think about one moment in that fight, I thought that was the moment in that fight was when Harrison caught him with that straight right and he visibly hurt Charlo. So Charlo's going to have to go back to being a little bit more boxer and quit loading up on his punches. I think with those knockouts he had got in the previous fight, he thought he was a knockout artist and he thought he could solve all his problems in a fight with knockout power and dropping and stopping his opponent. You know, he had stopped there Harrison-Charlo, a guy that was on the rise, and he fell in love with his power, man. But you got to understand what your trade is, what you came up in boxing, what you made your name for in boxing was being a good boxer, man. Real good boxer, good jab, good straight right. Quit trying to load up on your punches, man, like you've been doing, man, and show your boxing skills. And I think he's got to actually find a happy medium. Be that boxer that you came up in the ranks in, but also carry that power and know how to set up that power that you was able to do when you stopped Harrison-Charlo and when you stop previous opponents. So I think he's got to find that happy medium, man. Be that boxer, but then let that boxing set up your power punching and able to implement your power to finish off your opponents. So that's going to be a task at hand for him going into the Harrison rematch. Harrison is a very good boxer, man. Very good, very patient, got a good jab, got a good straight right, knows how to control distance. But I think he's going to have to sit down on his punches a little bit more. Sit down on his punches because he did show in the first fight that he had the power to hurt Charlo. So I think he's got to sit down on his punches more, and and be more in that mind of a seek and destroy fighter with boxing skills. Set your punches up and look to set your punches, look to throw your power shots, and look to when you have your opponent hurt to jump on top of him and go for the kill. I thought he said this after the fight that he didn't need to change nothing up because he was winning the fight comfortably in his eyes. So I don't think he actually had to. It's like you got 5 gears in your car. He was comfortable in 3rd gear. He didn't feel he had to go to the 4th or 5th gear. He just drove in 3rd gear and then he drove comfortable. But I think in this rematch, I think he's gonna have to step his foot on the gas and go all the way to his 5th gear if he wants to come out on top in the rematch. I think he's gonna have to, like I said, throw his power punches. Don't be fall in love with the slickness in the boxing, which he's good at, but load up on your power punches. When you have your opponent hurt, jump on top of him and try to finish him off. Because if the fight goes to the judges and if it's a close competitive fight, who to say that Charlo don't get the decision this time? It's just the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Judges like different judges like different things. So you don't know what set of judges you're going to have that night and what they're going to be looking at and what they're going to be looking for. So that's another thing that Harrison's going to have to keep in mind, man, in the rematch. Be a little bit more aggressive, step your foot on the gas, and look to land your power punches. You shown in the first fight again that you could hurt Charlo, and you need to be looking to set those type of punches up more often and throwing those punches and trying to capitalize off those punches more than he did in the first fight. So we'll see how it plays out, man. Again, I got that rumor out that Charlo Harrison 2, the rematch, or Harrison-Charlo 2, the rematch, will be the co-main event for Deontay Wilder versus Luis King Kong Ortiz 2 in Las Vegas, Nevada on November 23rd. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. I holla.